Hello, dear friends. Greetings to the season. We will now discuss metaphysical age and metaphysical poetry as a part of our syllabus for the third semester. It is spread over 6th and 7th session for our convenience, and let us now see what is metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry is highly intellectualized poetry marked by conceit, imagery, complexity, rigidity of expression. The term was popularized by Samuel Johnson in his book Lives of the Most Eminent English Poets. Metaphysical poetry was a result of excitement of new scientific discoveries, affecting how people saw themselves in relation to one another, to the world, the universe, and God. See, to introduce metaphysical poetry, the word meta means beyond and physical means physical nature. So, metaphysical poetry refers to poetry beyond the physical world of the senses and explores the spiritual world. This poetry deals with abstract or philosophical subjects like love, religion, God, beauty, and faith. The metaphysical poets defined and compared their subjects through the nature, philosophy, love, and musings about the hereafter. They aim to minimize their place within the poem so they may to look beyond the obvious. To define metaphysical, Dante's definition of metaphysical poetry is thoughts transmitted into the imagery of dreams. C.S. Lewis is of the opinion that metaphysics in poetry is a fruit of the Renaissance tree becoming overripe and approaching putrescence. Samuel Johnson says images yoked together with violence. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಕ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದನ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಮ್ಯುಯಲ್ ಜಾನ್ಸನ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಯೋಕ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಎತ್ತಿಗೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಎಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಕಟ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಯೋಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಎಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎತ್ತಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಲಿಂಕರ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಕ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ poetic themes of metaphysical poems: man's relationship with God, love and religion, scientific speculations, experience of man, and passionate thoughts. See, these are the major metaphysical poets, and John Donne is called the pioneer. He is considered the pioneer among metaphysical poets. Andrew Marvell, George Herbert, Richard Crashaw, Robert Herrick, Abraham Cowley, and Henry Vaughan, Thomas Crew. See, now we'll see the salient features or the characteristic features of metaphysical poetry. They are simple conversational diction, written in manner of everyday speech, complex sentence patterns. Words are easy to understand, but ideas are more difficult to grasp. Experiment with language in witty and imaginative ways like metaphysical conceit and paradox. Metaphysical themes, down to earth, philosophical approach. Disrupt poetic meter. They never follow a regular pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables. Unusual images. Images are taken from all fields of knowledge like history, geography, astronomy, mathematics, etc. There will be an intricate argument. The poetry of metaphysical is a mixture of passionate feelings and logical argument, which we call it ratiocination, means to say a fine amalgamation of feelings, emotions, and thought. Okay, abrupt beginning and exaggeration is one more salient features of the metaphysical poetry. To define metaphysical conceit, an extended metaphor that combines two vastly different ideas into a single idea which relies on logic. It offers unconventional and surprising comparisons. Example: A Valediction Forbidding Mourning, a poem by John Donne. If they be two, they are two so, as stiff twin compasses are two. Thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth, if the other do. Here, lovers are compared to the two edges of a compass, and between those two edges of compass, one stands still and another rotates around to frame a circle. And paradox is one more salient feature of metaphysical poems. A statement which is apparently contradictory, though in some sense true. Example from the poem A Favor. Oh, do not die, for I shall hate all women so when thou art gone. That thee I shall not celebrate when I remember thou wast one. To conclude, metaphysical poetry shows metaphysical poetry show the spiritual and moral favor of Puritans as well as frank amorous tendency of Elizabethan. One notices their poetry departed from the existing tradition. Their poetry dealt with metaphysical subjects like nature of the universe, creation of man and his relationship to the universe. So here ends our discussion on metaphysical poems. Thank you.